Okay. Good. So I would say that although the title, the melodic principle of the Franco-Flemish School of the 15th century is a little bit, it sounds not very contemporary. Actually it is. Yeah. Yes. We're going to take some examples of Josquin de Pré. Yes. Let me share the screen first. So I'm sure everyone is on the same page. Literally and figuratively. There you go. So the Flemish School was the most important schools of the Renaissance period. Yes, remember that we have arrived finally. After a long period of the Middle Ages, we have arrived, yeah, to the Renaissance. And this school was, one of the most important schools of music, like Notre Dame was in medieval times. Yes, and this gave not a lot of composers, but certain composers survived, or their music survived today. He started with Guillaume Dufay and Johannes Ockeghem. We are not, I mean, for reasons that we cannot extend that much. Yeah, we're not going to study them. Yeah, but this Franco-Flemish School started with these two composers. We have seen examples of them in previous lessons. Okay, so without noticing, you have listened to them. Yeah, so you're free to listen to their music. But the two composers we're going to focus on more are Josquin de Pré, called also the Prince of Music, uh, and Orlando di Lasso, or Orlando's Lassos. Yes. Josquin de Pré, because he was the link between secular music and religious music. Yeah. During the Renaissance, the secular music started to be more important. Yeah. So in that sense, he tried to it was like the bridge between the two. Yeah. He did it. He composed much like a lively music. Yeah, not so uh, heavy in the rhythm. Yes, it was more it was closer to the singing voice of the secular music. Yeah, more alive, let's say, in a way. And Orlando Sassos because for pedagogical reasons actually. Yeah, because he composed duets in which we're going to study, and the first counterpoint is going to be a two-voice counterpoint. Yeah, and it's extremely useful. Yes, it's basically for pedagogical reasons. Yeah, because we're going to refer to those motets. Yes, he composed like 12 motets, a series of 12 motets. And we're going to study them not only in the melodic line, but also when we study imitation. Yeah, the type of imitations, etc. Yeah, so that's why we're going to focus on them. There are a lot of composers, yes, but well, obviously we don't have a lifetime, yeah, to study. With these ones, I can assure you that you're going to study a lot. Yeah. So we have a general principle of how a melodic line, let's say, works under this period. We're going to refer, of course, to the great book, yes, of Eduardo Quequi, yeah, the one who can speak Spanish, great. If not, I translate. So, first of all, why do we study how a melody works? Because in counterpoint we combine two melodies, but first, logically, we have to start with how one melody, yes, one melodic line works. Yeah. So, by default, or in general principle, we have two I mean, there are two elements, yes, that manifest a melodic line. The first one is the step motion, tones and semitones, called displacement. How a melody displaces itself, yeah. That constitutes the norm, which is statistically manifested as predominant using part of any given scale within the piece. So statistically, stepwise, yeah, that is the basic displacement, yeah. Then you have the complement, yeah. Then I mean, if not, all the melodies will be scales, yeah. Which is this is the complement of the step motion displacement. Yeah, this is defined as something different made up of skips or leaps. So basically, this is given by omitting certain notes of the scale that we use. Now, the consonant jump must be compensated with another consonant leap or skip, which may or may not be the same quality, quantity or quality. Sorry, it's a mistake. For example, a third can be compensated with a perfect fourth or fifth. Now, we're going to go a little bit further with this example. Let me share. There you go. This. Okay. Now, because skips and how we compensate skips or leaps is extremely important. Look at the example. We have this is just can, yeah. Now, the leap of a fourth compensates. Yes, so from D to G. The notes that they are in between D to G compensated immediately. And then we get to the C. Then again, leap of an eighth compensated. So basically every jump, yes, every leap has to be compensated by contrary motion. This design that he actually, this design of jump and leap, yes. Sorry about the Spanish, but this is another book. It's called Counterpoint from Video de la Moto, but this is Spanish. So sorry, Georgios, and sorry, Laura. the only, yeah, the important thing that you have to see is this. So the leaps and skips, yes, and mostly the leaps that they are sixths or octaves, yeah, are compensated by contrary motion. Yeah. In this case, for example, the second example, you have. Yeah, you come to the octave as by step, then you compensate by third, insist on the same notes, and then compensate all the intervals that you heard. So basically, the in a nutshell, no, the nature, yes, of the leap. What is by on the listen? If I play a leap. Now, if I'm always leaping, I'm skipping, I'm omitting certain notes, right? Now, at some point, the brain wants to what? Wants to listen to those notes because you have omitted them.
You're a bit quiet now, eh? So I can hear all of the words you're saying.
Sorry, Yorgos. Thank you for letting me know. I don't know. The connection is not. It's not. I think it's not great. It's the microphone of the computer that made me go quiet. But I cannot use the other microphone because it's worse for the connection. So I
I
was
think
saying
I'm
that
getting.
when.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, no, I
Better.
will repeat the word. So what I was saying that when you omit something, in this case notes, yes, and you continue to omitting, what happens in the brain? What the listener? What's the effect in the listener's mind? Let's say
Needs to hear what's missing.
exactly. So that's why the compensation of the leap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how and when do you compensate the leap? Yeah, is well the compositional mastery. Let's say, for example, in this case, you have a fifth, now a sixth. Now let me tell you about something about the minor six. It was the most dramatic interval back in the day. Still today, the minor six is very dramatic. Yes, as an interval. So you have the six immediately after the compensation. Yes, the notes that you basically that you omitted. Yes, this C. Yeah. Then the passage goes, no, but immediately after you have certain amount of compensation. Yeah, or the interval of six. You see, yeah. Now there's a relation. Let me see if everyone realizes this stylistically. Yes, I mean style-wise. There's a relation between the rhythm and the large leaps.
The compensation rhythm is shorter.
Sorry, Anna, I couldn't hear.
The rhythm of the compensation notes, of the stepwise notes, is kind of shorter. And the
Exactly.
okay.
Absolutely. So larger leaps, yes, have longer values. And compensation notes by step, because also the notes are compensated, the skip or leap are stepwise, have a tendency to have shorter values. So it's not just it's that there's a relation between the pitch, yes, and the rhythm in the melody. And again, try to see if today, even today, this is a rule that we still use. So when you, I mean, the larger the leap, yeah, the longer the value, yeah. The compensation has to happen at some point. I mean, how long you will take? Well, it depends because if you take longer and longer and longer, the tension will be much more melodic ones. Yeah. There was some certain passage that I wanted to give you a clue as well. Now, there's some, let's see, sorry, there you go. So this is one of the main topics, yes, of the leaps and the skips. Yes, you have, for example, there you go. Also, there's a relation between the leaps, yes, when you have two leaps together. For example, it says in ascending movement. This is another book. Sorry to keep changing, but it's extremely hard to take the information from one. So this is Modal Counterpoint, excellent book. Yeah. In this case, it's a example of Palestrina, another example, later example of the Flemish school, but it's related. Yes, this basically is in style. So you have in an ascending movement, it is better to have the larger intervals at the beginning of the curve. The large skip should therefore precede the smaller, as in the opening theme of Palestrina's four-part motet at the Levadi. Yeah, so you have the G. So you have everything. You have two larger skips. One, the first one is the largest, so the lowest is always the largest. Yes, if you have two skips or two leaps in this case, the lowest is the larger, yeah, always. And smaller is the next one, yeah. And compensation. The compensation rhythmically with shorter values. Yeah. Now we have another one, yes, in his motet that starts on it. Okay. Yeah. Now, if you have to relate this law, this, I don't know, let's say law, yeah, this characteristic of the lips, with Schomburg and his theory of harmony. Why do you think that always the beginning of the curve, yes, the lower lip is always the largest, yeah, and then the in the higher notes you have the smaller.
The harmonics work that way.
The harmony.
The harmonics work that way.
There you go, the harmonics. The overtone series work exactly like that. So they were intuitively following the harmonic series, the overtones. Yeah, by default, yeah, the overtones, the series of overtones, the lowest, yeah, the lowest part is the largest intervals, then the highest part is the smaller intervals. Yeah. There is, you see, for example, in descending motion, the smaller intervals generally precede the larger, as in the following measure Palestrina, Fartorium Dextera Domini. Yeah. Why? Also, you have, yeah, in this case, you have the cadence. Yes, remember that the cadence, the word cadence comes from
Follow, cadere.
cadere. There you go, fantastic. How we fall. In this case is, well, pretty much obvious. Yeah, how do we fall at the end of the sentence? Yes, so you have F, C. Yeah, remember this is a tenor. Yeah. Yeah. F, C. Good, fantastic. So these are in a nutshell. Yes, we have more. Yes, and I'm going to tell you more. But the lips, yes, the treatment of the lips and the skips is something that we can see even today, largely. Yes. We have another characteristic that we're going to see now in the duets, but this is extremely important. Now there's another that we're going to see now. There's another topic which is the treatment of the tritone, the famous or infamous tritone. Yes. Now, anybody knows how this interval was known?
Devil's interval.
Sorry?
Devil's interval.
Yes, the diavolo sin música. So you would be excommunicated if you would use it. So careful, because we go into composing style. We don't want that. Bad. So let's see. So the way that this interval was taken care of is extremely important. Yes, and also even today, yes, it's for today's music, it is useful because what this interval represents. I mean, what's the nature of this interval? Yes. Today?
Yes, it needs to be resolved.
This is dissonant.
Yes.
This is not dissonant. The nature of the interval is not dissonant. The nature of the interval. Anna?
The need to to have a cadence to resolve.
Yeah, it needs to resolve, but that's why the dissonant interval doesn't need to be resolved.
No.
That's dissonant.
Unstable?
Yes. It's not the same. It's not the same. Yeah, you have the the two dissonant, harsh dissonances. Yes, that we know we classify in a modern time. Yes, when I say modern, yeah, it's from 300 years. So yes, exactly. So you have the major seventh, yeah, or the semitone. Those are harsh dissonances, but the tritone is not dissonant. Yeah. That's the nature. Yes, that it needs to be resolved. It's unstable. That's it. Yeah. It's unstable, remember, because it's just one semitone away from the perfect fifth. So that's, distance so close, yes, from a perfect consonant. Yes, one semitone away, but it's important. Yeah. So, now the treatment of the tritone. Yeah. Let me go there first. Tritone. Oh no. Oh, wait. Let me share the screen first. They're both the same. Okay. Now, the tritone was the diminished fifth or the omitted fourth, which is the same thing. Okay. Now, in this, in this melody, yeah, you have here, yeah, you have, this is an accent, yeah, and then he puts an accent, but not because the music will be accented itself. It's because naturally, because it's a strong mid position and it's a longer note, it is perceived like an accent. Yes, I mean it's more. I mean it says accent, but actually it's just more emphasized. So if these two notes are more emphasized because they fall into the strong mid position and they are longer in comparison with the longer segment that we have, they're going to be heard, yeah, more than the other ones. And then you have the F, and then you have the B. That's it. This would have been absolutely forbidden. Yeah. So even if the melodic line is by steps, okay. So there's nothing. There's no lead because remember, well, the natural displacement is by steps, and then what complements that is the leap. Yeah. So that basically is more noticeable, let's say. So even this, so if you have a leap, also you can have this interval. We're going to see now some examples. But even though there was all steps, those two notes were in stronger position and longer. Now this symbol is change of direction of the melody. Yeah. So both of them, you have the F and the B. There you go. Do you notice that you can perceive the interval? Tritone. Yeah. Last one, you have the B. What is going on with this example? Let me see.
One changes the direction. Yeah. And accented.
Yes. So you have the B is emphasized because it's longer and in a stronger position. And the F is on a stronger position, it's not longer, but it changes the direction. So that's bad, really. Yeah. So we don't want that. Yes, Georgios.
If they are short, but they're in the first beat, won't that also make them no?
If they are shorter in the first beat, well, we're going to see that, but usually the shorter notes, and this is something that we're going to see later, shorter notes are never in the first beat. I mean, not never, sorry. The shortest, yes, shortest. Yes.
If they were equal, all the same.
Yeah, you can. You could.
You could?
You could, yes, in imitation, yes, in imitation, if you have one voice and the other one, yes, is imitating. And your basically your attention. That's why the two voice motets is important to study. And your attention is more into the, like, let's say, the upper voice, and then the second voice, yes, is flowing. Yes, you could get by. Yes. I'm not saying but you could get by. So it says now the changes of direction in the melody, yes, hides, let's say, this effect. So you have this F, you have this B. Yes, you have this F, you have this B. Now, how are you going to compensate? F, change of direction on the E to a 6, which is consonant, and then a B. So you have all the F, perfect consonants. Yeah. So the change of direction is on the perfect consonants, and then the F, yes, is hidden, let's say, yes, in this way. Or the F going to the E, then the change of direction, then the B. You see how they hide it?
Again?
I mean, do you see, do you realize how this interval was let's say, hidden?
Again, very quiet, sorry.
Sorry. No, it's I don't know if the connection of the microphone of the computer.
Maybe it's the piano, but your microphone is telling, the piano is telling to go softer.
Oh, yes, yeah, I think, yeah.
I don't know what the word is.
No, it's yes. I think the Zoom is when you have two sounds, it's kind of it chooses, yes. Thank you, yes. Because I don't know, of course, how you can,
Maybe if you keep talking, probably it will go back like before. Anyway, what do you say again?
So basically, can you see how this interval was hidden, let's say?
Now, which interval I have to ask?
The tritone, this one.
Yes. Yes.
We're talking about the tritone,
yes.
So
maybe you talk about the sixth, I don't know.
No. The tritone is the one that it had to be hidden. Yes, I mean, that interval at some point it's inevitable to have it. Yeah, in music. At some point, if you're using a scale, yeah, it does exist. But yes, this is kind of a device, yes, that they use. And then the same happened with the diminished fifth. Yes, you see that you have B, yeah, so the diminished fifth is over the fourth diminished fifth, the same thing. Hidden in a step progression, then the leap up. So, yeah, and also no metric position, no strong metric position, no longer notes, yeah. This is quite clever, really clever, because this is strong metric position, but then when you have the GGF, yes, first of all, this has a very strong, yes, I mean, it drives your attention towards the octave of the G, and then the F gets dissolved, let's say, after, yeah. So those are the examples, yes, of melodies, yes, that they hide, yes, changes of direction as well. You have, let me see, blah, blah, blah. This one was interesting. You have the F, E, and D, then C, B, change of direction. Yeah, so if basically if one note has to be, for example, let's say that one note changes direction, the other one doesn't. Yeah, so that is how more or less you can hide it. Yes. Now there are more aspects to take into account, which is the range, the total range, which is cannot go more than a 12. And we're going to see the rhythmic aspects. Yes, but now straightforward to the examples. First, we're going to listen to at least the beginning, yes, of a motet called duet, called Beatus Viri from Orlando's Lassus. Yeah. So let me go there first. Okay. The edition the first edition actually for the original edition has tenor, clef, and an alto clef, but this is a version with Sibelius. I changed it, yes, slightly for purposes to be a little bit more, a little bit easier to read. Yeah. So Beatus Vir is one of the 12 duets of Orlando's Lassus. This is number 1. Yeah. Now I'm not going to get into the text today. Okay. We're going to see that later. Yes. Okay. So we're going to at least listen to the first one. Try to see not the vertical aspect because we're not focusing on that today, but the horizontal one. Okay. Try to see how the melody, yes, naturally unfolds, and then how. When I say melodies, it's melodies, the phrases. For example, this ends up there. This is the phrase. Yes, this is the start of another one. Yes. Remember that the motet is imitative in nature. Yeah. Okay. Let's Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Good. Whoopsie. That was me. Now, let's start from the beginning, but I'm going to change. I'm going to change the place. There you go. This is the Sibelius file. Very well. Yeah. Now, first phrase. Let's quick the pace of this. Up to that. Now, what can you see? You have a phrase, a melodic line. Yeah. What can we say about the rhythm? Description. Try to see what do you think? Pardon?
That's long notes, accelerates in the end, longer notes.
That's one characteristic. Yes.
What I see.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Now, leaps. Yes. Now, when you say longer notes and shorter notes, yes. I mean, you start longer. I mean, brevis, semi-brevis. Yes. Then you add 1 minute and then the semi-breve. Minute dotted, but then compensation to the crochet. To the same note. Now, melodically, well, first of all, in which mode do you think we are? The first phrase at least. Not taking into account this, because now we're going to see that this is true modulation, okay? From here, from this mode, it goes to Aeolian.
Like Dorian.
It's Dorian, yeah. What makes you say that?
Starts on the re.
Yeah.
Leading it up, the si bemol appears on the Dorian.
Yeah.
Not on the Aeolian.
Good.
So,
And then?
Yeah, LD note.
Yeah. And then you're going to see
one
that.
five.
Pardon? Sorry?
So 1 on the tenor, 5 on the soprano.
Exactly.
Or what are the voices?
There you go.
Alto.
Alto and soprano, yeah. 1, the finalis, let's say, yes, starts in the tonic, and then the imitation of the soprano. Yes. Yes. And well, as you can see, they are imitating each other, yeah. At least at the beginning, yeah. Good. So the compensation, then you have how many in one phrase, how many intervals of a 6, minor 6, which by the way, the major 6, the intervals were second, third, fourth, fifth, minor 6th, and octaves. No 7s whatsoever, no major 6th whatsoever, no intervals more than an octave, and no dissonant intervals, such an augmented or diminished.
No major 6th, you say?
No major 6th. The major 6th was not used.
Wow.
Yes.
So 2, 1 in each voice, minor 6ths.
How many, sorry? In one voice? No, let's say the upper voice.
1.
Exactly. Because
Yeah,
the minor 6 was used was you see that it was so remember that the only thing that they had was this. That's it. So the very the craft was very refined. Okay.
Yeah. But where is the fa?
Where's the what?
There's no fa on the upper voice.
No, well, but each voice will reinforce a note.
I suppose.
Okay.
Mm.
So that's the whole purpose. That why? Because you have the between the mode and the hypomode. Remember that each mode reinforces one note. Yes, when you have the protus or the Dorian, right? Dorian, hypodorian. The Dorian authentic Dorian, yes, reinforces that they have the finalis in both, right? And then you have the recitative or vegetative dominant note, which is the A, and then the hypomode have the F. So, being the finalis the D, one is the A and the other one is the F, makes the whole chord. So each one of the notes in each mode, so one voice would sing, let's say, yes, the authentic or the hypomode, let's say, yeah, or the plagal mode, yeah, and then that will make. We know now that it will make the chord, yeah, the full chord, D, F, and A, D minor, yeah, by stressing those notes, yes, between the voices. That's why one, I mean, you see that you have the D, E, F, and then the A. Yes, and then also the C stressed, yes, and we know that in the Dorian, yeah, the C stressed. Now, the reason why this starts here, well, it has to do with what we call the tonal materials of the book of the Livre de la Mort, tonal materials and expressive notes, and they started to, by these expressive notes, yes, when I say expressive note, is one note that you put a semitone. So basically, by creating a leading note, you would be expressive, you would enhance, say, yes. Happens with A, B flat A. That's why in this case, you see that the imitation doesn't go well. I mean, it's not a perfect imitation. D, C sharp D, so lower note, lower semitone. A, B flat A, high semitone. Both expressive notes by semitone. If I don't want to go to that detail because it's too much in style and we don't have much time. So this is mainly, yes, now one characteristic. Then we're going to see the second phrase, yes. Sorry, one thing. Then the compensation of the leap from D to A is all compensated here. The leap from the 6 is all compensated here. Yes, we have from one leap, yes, you have a long, let's say, compensation, yes, of many notes. And the compensation tends to be shorter, yeah, good. This design of dotted note 3, yes, is also a characteristic. So a dotted minim and then three even values. Yeah, so you compensate the longer, so dotted means equals 3 crochets. Dotted means 3 crochets. Dotted means 3 crochets. Yeah, so you compensate the long value with 3, yes, even values of different notes. Yeah, and then the next one. Now this incorporates the shortest value that they had, of course, the quaver. Now the quaver always was a neighboring note, yes, always neighboring, yes, principal notes, and nearer a cadence. Okay? Almost always. Yes? This is just kind of let you know. And then you have, what do you think that we can connect all these this tendency to shorter values? You have 1, 2, 3 bars. Taking into account that this is the end of the phrase. Okay. Can we connect it to today's music? But when I say today's music, yeah, from classical period.
Liquidation.
Kind of a liquidation, it has a,
I don't know. We go with it. I'm trying to.
I won't say liquidation, but you have two characteristics in the cadence. At least from Schoenberg says that. Liquidation is one, yes, towards the cadence, but the other one is the tendency to increase the surface rhythm. So a tendency to shorter values.
Doesn't that go in the liquidation?
Not necessarily.
It's true.
Because the liquidation is the restraint of the composer to add more. Actually, you restrain yourself by taking elements out of your motif. Yes. So it's a and until you remember with one note, which it doesn't need to be developed because it's one note. Anything that is one doesn't need to be developed. When you have two, you have a relationship between two things. That can produce a development. When you have one, you restrain yourself, yes, in a cadence, until you have one note. Yeah? That's the nature of the liquidation. Okay? Yeah? Because you have liquidation, yes, but also you have this, towards the cadence, yeah, you have this tendency of shorter values. And then we see